Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go. Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backstone Boxing. Now, man, 2020 just started, man, and these promoters are fighting for dominance, man. They're trying to pit on the best shows that they can put on. Now, man, Frank Warren, man, he's betting it all on black, baby. He's betting it on black, and he's gonna pit his biggest names to fight each other, right? In the heavyweight division right now. Now, his biggest name he has in the heavyweight division is Danny Dubois. You know, so we're gonna see him versus Joyce, and this is a really big deal because Daniel Dubois had a phenomenal fight last year against his contemporary Nathan Gorman, and a really crazy fight. Nathan Gorman, a slick Irish fighter, friends with Tyson Fury, Huey Fury, and so he had the means to win this fight. A lot of people thought he was a slicker fighter of the two, and Daniel Dubois walked through the guy. He walked through the guy. Now, the fight was competitive somewhat. I mean, he stayed in there, and it was competitive, but Daniel Dubois definitely, he came out that fight with flying colors, right? And Joyce had his biggest win of his career fighting his first step-up fight, which was Bryant Jennings in a competitive UD fight, unanimous decision fight. So this is a really big deal. Joyce is a former silver medalist, so he is an Olympian. He has really phenomenal skills. People say he isn't the quickest fighter, but he's sharp-minded. Right? So he's not moving quick. He's more there to counter you and to hurt you, you know? So we're going to see how this whole fight unfolds. With last year was a wild year for boxing. And with people losing like Anthony Joshua, getting stopped by my boy Andy Ruiz, it's just the heavyweight division seemed it was like it was locked. They seemed like it was locked in a oligopoly. If you guys don't know what that means, a monopoly is when one person owns everything. A duopoly is when two people own everything, and an oligopoly is when three or more companies own it all. Right now, it seemed like it was frozen. That Deontay Wilder was not going to lose, Tyson Fury wasn't going to lose, and Anthony Joshua was going to lose. Now, when Anthony Joshua lost, it seemed now people can penetrate the heavyweight division. People think they can actually challenge these champions right now, and they're actually really pushing Daniel Dubois now because he's basically at the top in the heavyweight division right now, and he can really get a title shot really soon. Right now, this is one of the biggest domestic fights that can be made. They're trying to make this fight for the European titles. These people, Daniel Dubois and Joyce, have been just picking up international titles and local titles left and right, and now they're unifying these titles and really trying to solidify who's the best in the region before they start getting into these world championship titles. So this is a really big deal, man. I'm really excited to see both these fighters step up, man, and may the best man win. Now, Frank Warren hasn't had a breakout fighter that's went international yet, and Daniel Dubois, if anyone's gonna be that fighter, Daniel Dubois will be that guy. He's just built like a tank. He has a mellow personality, and he's just he has the goods. He's a knockout artist. He's fundamentally sound. The guy has a chin. I never even seen a guy wobbled. I mean, the guy has actually really good defense. It's shocking. And this guy's young. He's only 22 years old. So that being said, this Daniel Dubois kid, man, he can go far, and he can go far quick. I think they should push him, man. They should push him to fight for the belt because he's so young. You want to do it. If he takes an L now, the guy's so young, it won't really matter, right? It reminds me of like an Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard fought Kovalev, and that was a phenomenal fight when Anthony Yard fought. But people can forgive that loss because Anthony Yard was so young that losing to someone like Sergey Kovalev, it's not going to hurt his brand. So there's nothing to lose with pushing Daniel Dubois to the highest levels right away. There's no point of trying to build this guy. He needs to just fight the best of the best now. And with the heavyweight division, everything's up for grabs right now. You can definitely beat. We all seen. Listen, I'm just gonna break it down right now. Anthony Joshua, he lost to Andy Ruiz. Deontay Wilder, you could say he got outboxed by Tyson Fury, or you could say he's just beatable, just because most people are gonna outbox Deontay Wilder. Can you take the power? Do you got the chin? Daniel Dubois has a pretty good chin, so we don't know. He could possibly beat Wilder. Tyson Fury, we've seen his last fight. and he did not look great at all. I mean, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. You know, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. That cut that Tyson Fury got, if that was anyone else and it was reversed, Tyson Fury, he definitely would have lost that fight. Now, it was wild, man, because in my opinion, it was Otto Wallin. You know, I think Otto Wallin should be the champion right now over Tyson Fury. He should be the lineal champion right now, but they still got this kid as a champion. You know, the reason why Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are fighting right now is because that last fight with Otto Wallin was so terrifying that they're like, okay, we can lose to these obscure fighters, or we can just take a payday and fight Deontay Wilder again. You know, Tyson Fury isn't as dominant as people think. You know, while he's a great boxer, he's not destroying you. You know, you need that eraser, and that eraser is power. To beat the heavyweight division and not be able to knock guys out is just, it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. Now think of it this way. Tyson Fury is crazy because he's actually the biggest one at the heavyweight division, but he hits the least hardest of all champions. Out of Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, he has the least power out of both of them, you know, but he's the biggest fighter and he weighs more than these fighters, you know, so it's sort of weird. But Tyson Fury, you know, he's definitely beatable as well. So the point of the matter is, if you're a young lion and you're bringing that aggression, anything could happen. Anything could happen, especially if people are doubting you. It's actually the best time to fight someone when you're in your early stages, because they're going to underestimate you. You know, think of Andy Ruiz. No one thought he'd do anything, and look at what he did to Anthony Joshua. Same thing with Daniel Dubois. I think if the more vulnerable he looks, actually, the better for him. If he starts getting hit more, or you know he's struggling through these fights, and then he fights for a title, they're gonna underestimate him. You know, the champions won't train as hard. The media will downplay him, and he might bring his A game. You know, he might bring his A game. You know, sometimes people say there's such thing as looking too good. You know, Daniel Dubois has been looking too good. You know, I think he should fight tougher opposition. I'm not trying to say you should get hit on purpose or anything like that, but the least impressive you look, the more likely the opponent will take you lightly, right? So, you know, I really want to see Daniel Dubois fly through these ranks, and he's only like 2-3 fights away from a title shot, in my opinion. If he beats like a Joyce, he's only 2 fights away from beating or fighting, a world champion. And basically in boxing, all you gotta do really is once you start beating these contenders, all you gotta do is fight a common opponent, right? Who's Wilder fought that you can fight? Who's Anthony Joshua fought that you can fight? Who's Tyson Fury fought that Daniel Dubois can fight? Right now, if Daniel Dubois goes in and fights Otto Wallin and stops him like in round 1 or something like that, or the first 6 rounds, that'd be impressive. And people are gonna be like, okay, well, you know, Otto Wallin, you know, arguably beat Tyson Fury. We want to see this guy versus Tyson Fury now. Same thing can be said about Daniel Dubois fighting someone like Andy Ruiz, or someone you know similar, maybe like a, you know, there's a lot of obscure fighters that Anthony Joshua fought that Daniel Dubois could fight. The same thing with all the champions, right? I'm just naming people who are common opponents that definitely will make interest in a fight just because they had a common opponent, right? When you fight, this reminds me of Deontay Wilder when Anthony Joshua fought Dominic Breazeale. You know, Anthony Joshua went some rounds with Dominic Breazeale. I think he stopped in round 8. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, then Deontay Wilder knocked him out in round 1. That made Deontay Wilder look a lot more impressive and a lot more dangerous, you know? So we're going to see what happens to Daniel Dubois. I'm not talking past Joyce or anything, but right now, Daniel Dubois, he has a pretty big fan base right now. He's just the bigger name of the two, by far. So let me know how you guys feel about the fight, man. How you let me know how you guys think Joyce will perform. You know, I think this is a really big fight. This is a great fight for Daniel Dubois right now, and this is a step-up fight until his journey to become a champion. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace. Geoboxing.